every 30 days. No, I do not have to switch rooms after every 28 days. And no, I do not have to pay everything up front. Hi, my name's Mandy. If you don't already know, me and my husband have been doing hotel living about 2.5 years since his accident, and this is why it works for us. Some of them do want a $100 deposit when you move in. However, once you build up and you are a part of the rewards program and stuff, they don't even bother you for the deposit if they know that you're the one that's going to take care of their stuff when you move out, and you're going to leave it the same way that you found it. We didn't have to do a credit check, background check. I didn't have to prove 3 times the amount of rent, and I didn't need $3,000 to $4,000 just to move in. And when I first started doing this, I didn't even know it was gonna be this many people interested, but now that I know, I am gonna make sure I let you know all the good, the bad, and what works and what don't work here staying at an extended stay. This is the hotel chain we choose. There is other hotel chains that also offer extended stays. We are in the panhandle of Florida, so it's also going to vary per state. However, if you go on and reserve the room for over 180 days, you do get a discount at the end. You do not have to pay it all up front. That is the amount that you're going to divide by weeks that you're staying, and that's going to give you your total amount. If you want to see the inside of the room, I have plenty of videos. I'll be doing more. I also go live. Y'all like, share, and follow, and I'll be back with more. Y'all have a blessed day.
So we're talking about people being forced to live in extended day hotels for whatever reason, job loss, evictions, sickness, loss of income. They have been forced to live in extended day hotels. It's really hard out here now. People are working gig work. They're working 60, 70, 80 hours a week and still can't survive here in America. So let's sit back, let's watch, and let's listen while people share their stories on how they got to this point. So let's continue.
Homelessness has become big business.
Author Brian Goldstone is introducing me to the underbelly of the hospitality business.
These hotels, they don't look like much, but there is a lot of money being made off of them.
Extended stay hotels that are often the last resort for low-income families with poor credit who've become homeless. It's happening in a lot of our cities, but especially here in Atlanta. Urban renewal, the renovation and improvement of mostly low-income neighborhoods, restoration, gentrification. It's all good. Unless you're one of the families being squeezed out.
It's the same Wall Street investors who are leading families and individuals to become homeless to begin with because they buy up the rental housing. And then if you're even one day late on your rent, you have an eviction automatically filed against you. Before you know it, you're out. You don't have a home anymore.
We're using a fake name,
Right.
Why?
Because privacy, privacy.
Meet Maurice and Natalia. These days things are much better. They have an apartment. Life is manageable. But only 5 years ago they were on the brink of disaster. Maurice worked for a rental car agency and Natalia for an insurance company. But when Natalia gave birth to their third child, her salary stopped.
That threw everything off. I didn't get an income for like a point in time. And then next thing you know, you're out in the street with a baby.
Because?
We were late. And I remember I begged her. She was like, do you have it now? Can you get it now? And all we needed was to get the payday. It was crazy because like my mindset was in like, it was raining. The sheriff let me sit in his car.
That still gives me anxiety. Just getting that call from work and you having to leave work in a hurry and you come home and you see trying to do something to you as a man.
Tell me.
It transforms you, it breaks you, and it will continue to break you if you allow it.
And when we get to storage, there's another family there too. And it's like, we don't say anything to each other, but we know that look.
We know that look.
And all you do is just nod, it's gonna be okay. Put your stuff in there, try to figure out somewhere to go.
When you see a family at a bus stop with luggage, they're not going to the airport.
The thing that haunts me most is the black bags. The
Oh,
black
yeah,
bags.
yeah,
You
yeah.
already know
The
what
trash
it is.
bags.
When you get evicted, all your stuff, well, it was black, but now it's clear bags.
When did you first realize that you really were homeless?
I was like filling out paperwork and you would hesitate. And you're like, they'll ask you where you're living specifically.
Right.
Are you renting? Are you homeowner? Or are you homeless? You sit there and you struggle for a minute. You're like, well, I have a roof over my head, but it's not mine and it's temporary. And I could actually literally be booted out tomorrow. So you check the box, homeless. That's what we are.
It was 2020 during the pandemic, and the family of 5 was living in an extended stay hotel. Natalia was working remotely, answering customer service calls.
I got flagged because of the noise, and they were asking me if I could go to a quieter spot. So I sent them a picture of where I'm at because I'm telling them I'm in a hotel. And I was like, oh, we travel to hotels all the time. You could just go over to this. Man, my bed is right here. The kitchen is right here. And that's where I'm working from. Please help me find this quiet space. I'm trying my best.
I remember just realizing this is like an expensive prison. Mm-hmm. I was just looking at the bill. My kids can't go outside. There's no playground. We gotta keep the curtains closed because people walk through the hotels, they can look into your room, so there's no privacy.
In 8 months, they spent $17,000 on the extended stay room, nearly twice as much as they'd paid on their old apartment.
It's really important that we not talk about all of these families and individuals as if they're falling into homelessness. They are being pushed. This is an engineered neglect. And at every turn, there are entire business models that are set up to capitalize on their predicament.
Are you embarrassed about what happened?
If I could be honest, yes. Because remember, it's not supposed to happen to people like us. We do everything that we were supposed to be doing. We tried our best. But, you still end up in a hole, in a hell.
Why isn't it supposed to happen to people like you? You're educated?
Yes.
You're hardworking?
Yes. And we tried our best. You follow all the rules of life.
As does Rhea. Remember the single mother of 4 who pays $375 a week for that small extended stay room? A car is her livelihood right now, but she no longer has one of her own.
So I'm actually renting a car. I'm paying $60 a day.
60?
Yes.
A day?
60 a day.
How many hours are you working before you've just paid off that day's car?
If I go out there and drive for Uber after work, it'll take me probably like 2 or 3 hours. Depends on how the rides come in.
How many miles do you have on it?
187.
That's 187,000. It's a lot of miles.
Yes.
Yeah. How'd the tires?
Horrible.
So when the tire goes,
I have to replace them.
oh boy. When you lie awake at night, what are you thinking about?
Sometimes I want to give up.
I can understand that. But you've got children, so you can't.
My
right?
kids keep me going. It's so hard right now, I don't even know.
Sometimes when things are at their darkest,
Hi, my angel.
help comes in the person of someone who's known hard times herself. Someone like Sherry McCoy,
This is something you can drink in the morning for breakfast. It's really good.
who has a non-profit for the homeless.
I wake up every day with a goal to help at least one person.
I love you.
Rhea calls Sherry her angel.
We are a mutual aid organization, so I reach out to our generous community, and oftentimes people donate. Sometimes they don't, and that's when we dip into the reserves of good old credit cards, my own personal ones.
What does it take to keep your family going in a week?
Between my room, my car, and all the other expenses, I'm pushing $1,200 a week.
$1,200. How hard do you have to work to make $1,200?
I'm constantly driving from 2 in the morning, and sometimes I won't sit down till 8 o'clock at night.
Could you work any harder?
If I could, I would.
Yeah.
So last week I posted a video about my extended stay hotel room. A lot of people wanted to know about price. It's about $50 a night. So that winds up to about $350 a week, about $1,500 a month, give or take maybe $100, $200 depending on if you want 2 beds, if you have animals, etc. But just for us, we got the basic package, simple room. We pay $1,500 a month. You can pay nightly, you can pay weekly, or you can pay monthly, or you can pay 2 or 3 days at a time, whatever works best for you. We don't have any bugs. There's no cockroaches. That was a major thing for me because I'm not going to be able to deal with cockroaches. They're very clean, you know, like I said, they're really cozy. There's not a lot of drug activity to speak of. If people are doing drugs here, you wouldn't know. There's not a lot of drama and police in and out and stuff. It's very peaceful and quiet. So thank you so much for watching. Please send me any more questions, and thanks again.
So people have been asking me, why don't you rent a Airbnb? So since I live down close by the shore, all these Airbnbs is like $4,000 a month, $2,000-$3,000 a month. It's like literally a mortgage, right? To rent an Airbnb. Airbnbs are too expensive for me to go to. Maybe during the off season when it's not summer, maybe they'll go down a little bit, but Airbnbs are too expensive. I can't even possibly go that route if I wanted to. But, you know, what I'm doing right now is suffice for me. I'm just speaking and talking about my experience as far as living in these hotels. So I don't want people to think that I'm like big-headed. Like, you ain't got nowhere to go anyway, so you might as well just shut up and deal with it. I might as well shut up and deal with it. But I can also share my story with people and let them know, like, look, don't lose what you have. Don't lose your place. Pay that rent, honey. Pay that rent. Don't yell at your landlord. Try to have a good relationship with your landlord.
One of the things that TikTok is exposing is how many people actually live in extended stay hotels and live in hotels in general. Because I've been covering different things about homelessness for years, and more on this app, you're seeing people who live in hotels full time. Like that's it. Like between people living in their cars, like RV van life was really touted on this app as like a viable solution for a lot of people, and then to see the people who tried that and showing how much it actually sucks for a lot of fucking people was important. But now to see the people talking about how they live in extended stay hotels and they have no idea how they would get into apartments, that's another important conversation to have. Because when you think of people that are homeless, if they didn't have if something happened with that extended stay hotel, they would literally be out on the street. And you know, some hotels, because they're worried about people having residency and residency rights, they will make you get out at a certain point.